Was that the first kidnapping or the second kidnapping?
That was the second one.
That sounds like a scary one.
No, the first one was scary. Cause,
Two?
yeah, I'm good at it. Like, the first one, my friend got shot.
Welcome back to another episode of Medium Podcast. It's your host, Melissa Nami.
And it's me, Connor.
And today we've got comedian and producer Ashley Marie.
Whoa!
What's up, girl?
Hell yeah.
Thank you for being here today.
I like being here.
Do you?
Yeah.
You met my puppies.
I'm in your dungeon room. I like it.
Hold up. Wait till you see the shackles. I'm just kidding. No, nothing like that.
We do have things hanging from the ceiling over here.
Right?
Lots of technology. Don't look at that, though, because as long as you don't pay attention to that, it looks like a clean studio. You know what I mean?
That's great.
How's it going? How's your weekend?
Oh, fun. We did the show last night.
Hell yeah.
Everybody killed. Like, it was awesome. Like, the mayor was there, and it was fun. Like, full house. It was... And George and them did the music and saved me with that.
Oh, great. That's awesome. It makes a big difference at a show when there's music bringing between the transitions and stuff like that.
And then the headliner, Gabe, he brought a videographer, so he had lights and stuff everywhere. And I'm like,
wow.
Okay, like, can you film me too?
You got the equipment here, bro. Might as well, right?
So, yeah,
That's
got
cool.
Film.
So just so the people watching know, the viewers know, Ashley Marie, she produces a show at Craft Brewery in Lake Elsinore. She brings local comedians and headliners around, and you give comedy to the people. I think that's a beautiful thing to do.
Because there's no comedy out there. There's nothing to do out there. So you're like, please, can we have something close that's not 40, 30 minutes away? Everything's like 30 minutes away at least.
And that's actually in Lake Elsinore, right? The Craft Brewery Lounge. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a restaurant as well, correct?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that I like places that have food too. Because, I'm not a big drinker, so I like a place where I can have a good bite to eat.
I'm such a foodie.
Yep.
Because I grew up in the kitchen, so yeah.
What do you mean by grew up in the kitchen?
That was my job when I was like a little kid. My parents had a catering business and like a food truck. Before there was food trucks, it was a food booth, and we did tri-tip and stuff.
Oh, barbecue.
Yeah, and traveled around and did that. So I was working like 18 hours as a 12-year-old.
That's all. I mean, when you're doing it for your family, it's just called helping.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like, do I get paid? They're like, no. You're like, okay.
You get paid with a roof over your head and supper.
They're like, you're free labor. And you're like, awesome.
Well, it's funny because if you think about it, like back in the day, that's why people had kids.
Yeah.
So you could have a workforce on the farm. You know what I mean?
You're like, here, do these things. And you're like, oh.
Well, yeah, you have 12 of them because you don't know which one's going to catch the what is it, the virus of the winter or whatever. What are they called? Flus.
Who's going to die of
I was so
syphilis?
confused.
Who's going to get the syphilis and die?
The virus of the winter.
The flu.
Oh my God. Don't judge me, people. I had a dumb moment. Dumb stupid poo poo head moment. Oops. But yeah, so comic, you're based out of the Temecula, IE area, I'd say. Mariana-ish, yeah.
Canyon Lake, to be honest, yeah.
But I mean,
Temecula's like 40 minutes away.
but where you work, like where you do comedy?
Is Canyon Lake Elsinore.
Canyon Lake, Elsinore area? Okay, cool. Is there places in Canyon Lake for?
I'm working on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
I want to do a show in Canyon Lake.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're fun. It's a fun crowd. Johnny Herrera does one, but I'm like, I can do one too. I live there.
It's
so,
your community.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm like, I can bring them out. I know a lot of people that have lived there forever, so.
I'd also imagine that they're a fun crowd because, I mean, I don't know, and you guys can give me your opinions on this if you want, because there's schools of thought of like what kills comedy, right? And some people will be like, politics kill comedy or religion kills comedy. And like, I'm a person who I believe like, how do you say it? Like, politics will kill comedy. You know what I mean? And for the most part, for some reason, conservative crowds are way more open to laughing at both sides of each, you know what I mean, versus less conservative crowds.
I have a hard time around those people. The blue-haired people, I call
The
them.
blue hair, the blueies.
Like, I see somebody with blue hair, and you're like, no, thank you.
But it's funny, like, what would you say kills comedy, Connor? Because there's like that.
What I think kills comedy?
Yeah.
Bad jokes.
Bad jokes, yeah.
No,
Bad
when
jokes.
you don't have the freedom to say anything you want, you're like, this
Being
is-
too considerate of others kills comedy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it can. It can. I don't think it's the only thing though. I think you can tell a bad joke and people will be mad about it and it still be a bad joke.
But what if it's a good joke and people refuse to laugh just because it's racy?
Well, then they're silly. But I think there
And
is.
that's
I
on the
think. I think. I don't
crowd
think it's as
being
black.
Scared to laugh.
I think it's. I don't think it's as black and white as everybody's making it seem.
Definitely not.
I think.
Definitely
I think
not.
it's become so much of a black and white thing where it's a whole spectrum of reasons that things are happening, and I don't think it's. I think that everybody's fighting about it for no reason. To
Okay,
be
so-
honest.
Some people will think you're funny and some people won't.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think the people that are getting mad over stupid shit are stupid. And I think the people that think that that's the only reason that their jokes aren't landing is stupid. Because you can tell a racist joke
Right.
and it be clever.
Yeah.
And you can tell a bad racist joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done both. I'm working on it.
Oops on the ladder.
But the cool thing about Austin is that it is a travel destination for comedy, so people are there to laugh. Like,
Yeah.
you can do anything you want there, and they're like, fuck yeah. And you're like, cool, like, anything goes, like, either way, and they eat it up.
Everybody
It's-
has fun.
Yes. Like, I dislike LA very much.
Yeah.
Like, I did a mic run with Art out there, and I was like, don't ever do that to me again.
Really?
Yeah, I hated
What was
it.
your experience out there?
Just the people, like, you're like, ew. Like, oh. I'm like, like, the comics out there, I was just like, not to be mean, but, like, they're just so...
Be mean.
liberal and gross, and they're like, I have anxiety about the dishwasher, and you're like, what? Like, you don't even know how to live. Is anything bad ever happened to you? Probably not. Like,
Yeah.
just these privileged little weirdos, like,
Yeah.
and I love weirdos, like, not the good kind.
I'm not
So-
gonna. I don't disagree with you, and I think we've talked about it before. I went to a mic once, and not in LA. I did Chatterbox at West Covina, and it was fun. But it was really interesting seeing the different group of comics that were there versus what I see out here in the IE.
Yeah.
And out here in the IE, there's so much more variable when it comes to the material. People will be talking about their personal life, what they've experienced. They'll talk about their dogs, their family, whatever, right? And a lot of the material when I got there was about their personal inconvenience.
Yeah.
Whether, like you said, whether it's about a
They're
dishwasher,
whining.
whether it's about service at a restaurant, whether it's about their coffee. And I noticed, like, it's like just everything's just kind of inconvenient for you guys. And that's what you're up here talking about.
And you're like, and you're just like, I can't connect with you at all. Like, and every place was worse. Like, a fun place I did go to was, it's called Accidental Chaos. And it is a psycho circus. Like, I mean, they're doing
That's
blow
in
in the
LA?
back. Yeah.
Whoa.
And they're like falling off the ceilings. I mean, they're saying the N word. Like, it's crazy in there. It's fun. It's like,
It was an open mic.
yeah, sometimes, and they do shows. It's this weird, strange little place.
Fascinating.
That's the only place I liked out there.
Fascinating. I haven't done one in LA. I've stayed in my lane out here.
Still, no point of going out there.
You plan on moving to Austin, Texas, yeah?
Yeah, yeah,
When?
June.
June.
Yeah,
Girl, that's the final countdown. You're a couple months out, few months out.
2 months. 2
Damn.
months.
Now you went and you visited there,
Yes.
right? Did you enjoy your time out there?
It was amazing. It
How-
was so much fun. It
How was the visit?
So much
Tell me
fun.
about it.
The amount of running you could do, like, comedy wise, like, in a night is so fun. Like, sign up sheets, like, you have to push people out of the way, like, get to it, because if you're not in the first 10, like, you're not getting up, because
wow.
everybody gets like all these drop-ins come in, these big people, and you're like, oh, that's Craig Ferguson, okay, I'll wait here. Like,
Yeah.
saw him do an hour and a half for 20 people. Like, it was amazing.
What?
Yeah, like Shane Gillis and Cam, and
They're just swinging by.
oh, it was awesome. Like, it was so amazing. And I did the Mothership. I got to do that twice. That was so scary. Oh my God.
What was, I mean, because this is my question, my big one, right? Is like, you know, you checked out the comedy scene, you went and you visited there. You weren't even there for a little bit amount of time. You were there for like
4 weeks.
yeah, like you did the damn thing. You experienced it, you know? And it's so curious to me because so many people, and you know, you kind of like are putting that seal of confirmation, but people romanticize it so much. It's like they're making it seem like the mecca of comedy, the mecca to go do mics, the mecca to try your you know, foot out, or what's the saying? Hand out. Try your hand out.
It feels like there's like levels to be able to accomplish there. So you're like, oh, like you could be seen by anyone there. Like, so like being able to get more shows and like the amount of running you can do so you get better, and then being able to do shows, like it's crazy how many stages are out there. It's just, and then the people are there for comedy. There's so many people, like it's crazy. There's so many people are there, like just they're like, yeah, I want to come laugh, and you're like, oh, this is awesome.
Refreshing. Yeah, you're not freaking hijacking someone's date night with a comedy night or something.
And they take everybody's phone, so nobody can record anything, and it's so cool.
That was at the Mothership.
Yeah.
You did the open mic there.
Yeah.
Was it
Like,
cool?
oh my God, it was so awesome. Like I masturbated on stage. Like it was so cool.
Wait,
like,
for real?
well, like
You pretended.
I just like rubbed my legs together.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to make something feel good because like
I just rubbed my leg.
I was like, it was the first week we were there, and like I had gone to Austin to like kind of get back into doing comedy regularly, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in the biggest stage in the world right now, and you're like, I'm not ready, like, and had to be ready pretty fast. And you're like, okay, but
How many mics were you doing a night out there on average?
on a good night you could get 4.
Damn, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
really fucking cool. And
And
that's all walking distance.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'd be on the scooter, scooting around everywhere.
You were birding?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna give you some nut.
I
let
love
me
the
just tell you,
scooters.
fucking love electric scooters. I'm
Yes.
an owner. I'm a electric scooter owner.
I'm thinking about buying one when I go to Austin because I want to scooter around everywhere.
If you need, I did a bunch of research. So if you need any tips and tricks, I have another friend of ours, shout out Shane. He got me into the electric motor scooters, which is great. So big fan of scooters.
I love it. And yeah, I would just scoot around everywhere, and you'd go sign up for a mic, and then go to another one, sign up, do this one, go to another one, sign up, and it was so much fun. And the adrenaline of signing up and pushing people out of the,
The
way.
adrenaline of
and,
riding
like,
an electric scooter.
Yeah, like yeah, it was so fun and very competitive. But
Is it?
Yeah,
Was it more or less than here, you'd say?
more comics. That was it. That was it. More comics and more stages.
Yeah. Was the material kind of all over the place there, or like was it?
I didn't see anybody who made me go like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to meet you."
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Damn.
but there were some funnies.
Some funnies.
But like,
I like to, whenever I think of you, I think funny fucker.
yeah,
Come be a funny fucker.
right? I want that.
What is that?
Just something I want to own. Funny fucker. Like how Paris Hilton has That's Hot. I was like,
I get it.
I want funny fucker.
She'll post on Instagram like, "Come be a funny fucker," and she'll post the open mic, or she's like, "These funny fuckers," and when she like shouts us one of us or whatever. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's funny.
I like it.
Yeah, like I like supporting my comics.
You do. You're super supportive, and I
Yeah.
love it. And I, just so you know, I do affiliate you with the trademark funny fucker, so it's yours.
Nice.
The same way Paris Hilton has That's Hot bitch.
Right? Oh, I love Paris back in the day.
Did you feel like it was easier to grow as a comic out there versus like your 4 weeks out there compared to your X amount of months out here? What did you feel was more constructive to your comedy skills?
Just the amount of time I was able to be on a stage.
Yeah.
Like the stage time in practice I got.
How
like,
long were the sets out there usually?
3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
4 minutes. So, and there's a couple, like one was a gamble one. You'd roll the dice and whatever you landed on, that's how much time you got. Like one was like a heckle mic. That was fun.
So if you
like,
rolled 2 6s, you'd have to do 12 minutes?
they only had one dice, so
Oh, okay.
the max would be
6
six.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. But yeah, there's just mics everywhere. It was, and yeah, you had to be on top of it because people were like, I don't know, comics, like you're doing it in front of a bunch of comic rooms. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, you had to impress.
That makes sense. That's fun. That's scary. So,
Yeah.
so that's pretty neat though, that you get to just be at an open mic and then you suddenly come across somebody that's, selling out the improv, selling out comedy stores, going to the Laugh Factory. And then you get to see them actually work it out in a room just as raw as you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not a room full of their fans that
Yeah.
they're like, hey, I'm trying out new material. Like, they're going to suck your dick anyway, dude. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Versus like at an open mic where some people might know who they are, some people might not. And you're seeing them
Yeah.
do
And
it
I'm
the
like,
same way.
oh my God, it's them.
Yeah. And you always hear about the greats like doing the same things, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I had to be in a room with 5 people. It's like, oh, but to be able to see them do it must be a little interesting, right?
Yes, it was. I can't wait to go back. Like
Yeah.
I'm itching to go back. It feels weird to only be able to do one mic a night.
Uh-huh. You're
like
not
just
used
one.
to it anymore.
You're like, oh, I want to do 2 more. Like I want to push people all the way.
yeah.
Like
You're used to that big dopamine hit now. You're used to that like one dopamine hit, you let it come down and you're getting another hit later. Versus here your hit's your hit and that's it.
you're like, oh, just one.
Yeah.
You're like bomb or not, you're just like, I need more.
Yeah. So that's like mics and stuff. Were there a lot of produced shows out there too? Like shows that you could get on or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Were you able to get on anything like that
No.
in the short amount? Because it's a long time, but it's also a short amount of time.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like I made friends, but to go back to, but like, yeah, you have to really know people to get on shows. Like if you're out of towner, like
Yeah.
it's kind of, they don't really like
Out
you.
of towner? Do they not like out of towners? Do they know who's a fucking local?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're all, bitch, you're not from here.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, not like famous out of towners or whatever.
Where's
but
the
like,
Southern hospitality?
because there's so many comics there, they
Yeah.
get annoyed. They're like, oh god, more people to like be in the way. And you're
Yeah.
like, sorry. And I was a girl, and I just, well, yes, I am a girl, but like, I would just walk to the front and cut in front of everybody and like not care. I'm like, you can do it too. Like, I'm just walking to the front. Like,
No one says anything, huh? Damn. She's asking forgiveness, not permission.
I'm like, you could do it too. And they're like, just be like, they'd be annoyed and be like, I don't care.
Yeah. Dang. How cool. So, okay, you went to the mothership. Did you sign up for Kill Tony the couple weeks you were there?
He was gone for 2 weeks, and then I was sick for a week, and then I signed up for it once, and that was chaotic. That was crazy.
Can you describe that experience to me? Because as a person who watches the show, there's what I imagine,
Yeah.
and you've experienced the reality of that, and I'm so curious, like and if you can give it to me like this, right? Like, I don't know where you stayed.
Yeah.
Let's say you walked there, you took an Uber, whatever. You get out of the car, you're on 6th Street is what they call it, right? And then give it to me, Ashley. How does the night go?
All
It's
right.
Monday night.
So it used to be at the Vulcan. Now it's at the mothership because it's getting bigger. And so they have a holding station and they change it all the time. So it's at Shakespeare's and then it's at Poor Choices. So there's like 250 people, if not more. It takes like 2 hours to sign up. They pick 7 people and you wait there for like 2 hours just waiting to
Hoping.
see to be if you're of the one of the 7.
Damn.
And then they say all done, and everybody disperses and go run to see the other mics and go on stage.
Wow. So what? So you say holding area? Do they just have you in there like cattle?
Yeah.
Is there entertainment? Is there food and beverage?
Well, there's a bar.
There's
It's
a bar?
like,
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bar. It's like it's a cool place to go hang out. Like everybody's there.
Oh
like,
no, you gotta shove your face in that thing. You're like,
Yeah, I was definitely thinking
Yeah.
of hay and yeah.
And then
so there's a
like,
vibe in there. It's
Oh, yeah.
kind of it's fun.
Yeah, it's super fun.
The
Like,
energy's not like tense.
A little bit, because everybody's like wants to be on it and is nervous, and like when the guy like runs across the street and they're like he comes and everybody like perks up and they're like, who are they gonna call? And like,
What's the energy like when they do announce that name? Is it people are happy for that guy, or
yes,
is it
they all
are?
clap and they're like, hell yeah, go you, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's cool.
Fuck
Like,
it up, dude. Like in
Yeah.
the good way, not the bad way. Yeah.
But it was, yeah, the energy out there was so fun. But yeah, I got on the mothership and got to sign up through the Kill Tony at the mothership when I did it on a Monday, so I didn't have to stand in the 2-hour line, luckily.
Yeah, nice.
And then so there's a first timer line too, so and that line's a lot shorter. So when you're there,
When you say first timer line, that's like
'cause
your
people-
first time showing up and you want to sign up.
because people go like every week.
How the fuck do you even keep track of that? You know what I mean?
They know.
Can't you
They know
fib?
the regulars.
Do you show an ID when you sign up?
No, well, I don't know.
Oh.
I did it at the mothership, so I didn't have to do it at the like how the regular people, because I was doing the open mic, so I didn't get to really
okay.
sign up and do all that. I
Yeah.
just got to go over there afterwards.
Oh, okay, got it.
And then the week before, I was sick, so I didn't get to see it.
When
at
you
all.
signed up, did you know you're like, this is gonna be what my 1 minute is?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah?
But I know what I'm going to say. I
Do
know
you-
my 1 minute.
Do you know what Kill Tony is, Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
Are you going to go in May?
No.
Why? Just go for a free show.
In a holding cell like cattle? Like cattle?
No. You get good seat. You get to have the good seats
How do you get a good seat if you're just signing up?
because they have an area for you, and it's like up close. And like
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you get in for free. Like, yeah, just go. Thousands of people are gonna sign up for it. You're like, they're picking 7, so like, just go to a free show.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like that
And-
0.07%.
The amount of networking you can do there.
Ashley, how many times have you seen me at mics? How many people do you see me talking to? She's giggling because she knows the number is 0. I sit next to Chantel and I mind my own business. You know me.
I'm like, there's so many people there that you can start making connections with. Like, yeah.
I'm so bad at that. Let me be. I'm always like, and I like, my jokes will speak for themselves, but sometimes I should speak for my fucking self as well, and I just don't do that.
Yeah, totally. It's
Yeah.
important if you want to like network at shows. Just go up and talk to people. Go up and just be confident about it. Just go up and be like, "What's up, guys? How you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like that exactly.
That's
Do
what
it
I
again?
do.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Like,
Then they for
I
sure
just
won't
go up,
run
I'm
away.
like, you want to smoke weed? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool.
No, let's go. See, like, I'm too shy to approach anybody like that. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's shy, but it's also like, why do they care about me? You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I'm super shy in real life
Yeah.
and not shy in comic life.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think that is? Do you think it's like a cape you get to wear? You just feel a little more open when you're around comics, or?
Well, it's like I'm like, okay, I have to be on, like, as a person. Like, I don't have to be a slob and be gross
Yeah.
like I am at home. where I don't like people, and the Amazon driver scares me. I'm like, oh, why are you here? And you're like, oh, because I ordered too much shit on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you have that problem too? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough.
it's bad.
Do you think there's like, based on, are you a fan of comedy yourself? Like, do you like watching?
Oh.
You like going to shows and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. I've loved comedy since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my dad loved it. So, like, I remember being a little kid and sneaking in the hallway and watching like Dan Carlin and Robin Williams and stuff growing up, and then Uncle Timmy.
Yeah.
He loved comedy, so
Oh,
he introduced
cool.
me to Jeff
He
Foxworthy.
still does love comedy.
Oh yeah, he wants to come to the show, and you guys are doing the improv.
Yeah,
So-
George and Carl. I don't know who's on the lineup this year, but it's gonna be a fucking kick-ass show. Catch the Buddy System in June. They're gonna be at the Ontario motherfucking Improv.
Woo!
Boop, boop, boop.
We're bringing Uncle Timmy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's always an awesome show. Go support local comedy. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm obsessed with comedy. Listening to it, like being a single parent, like it was very lonely. So I
Yeah.
would just listen to comedy and not music, I guess.
I mean-
like I love even like old school radio, like Lucille Ball, Groucho
Yeah.
Marx, like all that stuff. Like
That's awesome.
yeah. And then I never thought I would do it.
What made you decide to?
So I was at Solaris, and I'd been going to just go watch you guys do it, and then they had nobody showed up, and Frank and Joe were like, "Oh, can you go up, or do you know anybody that will go up?" And I was with my friend Kim, who used to do stand-up comedy, and I wanted to see her do it because I'm like, I want to be a stand-up comedy so bad.
Yeah.
So, and she's like, no, I don't want to do it. And I was like, well, I'll do it if you do it. And she's like, okay. And I was like, oh, shit. So she went up there and she's like, okay, I'm up here. Now you have to do it. And that day, I happened to be very upset and angry and fuming with like so much rage at my son because he had just gotten married and didn't tell me about it.
Damn.
Oh, jeez.
And yeah, so I was like, ah, and I just went on stage and just yelled.
About that?
Yeah. And
Did people laugh?
Yeah, I guess. I don't even remember what happened. It's like a blur. And I was like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And then I did it again. And prior to that, I thought if I got on stage, I would just die and melt. Like, you're like being on stage.
You didn't know you were even capable.
Yeah, and you're like, now I'm a whore for a stage. You're like, oh, every time I see a stage, I'm like, I could do comedy on that. Like, you're like, I love a stage now. It's so weird, and like everybody that knows me is like, I can't believe you do that, and I'm like, I know, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Well, your day job is you're a teacher, correct?
Well, I don't work in anymore.
You used to be an educator, though, right?
Yeah,
Was that you don't
special needs.
you don't think that helped in any way, shape, or form with public speaking, like or like, what's the word called, like directing a room, like?
No, because I worked with extreme violent behavior once. So I'm very good at, I guess, assessing a room
Yeah.
and getting out of violent situations. But yeah, my daily life was trying not to get beat up or jerked off on. Or,
You gotta fucking
yeah.
You know how
You're
to
like, please don't come on me today. Like, again, yeah. But
what?
yeah, we were behaviors. He would jerk off on people, and you're like, please don't do that today. Like, yeah, I don't miss that.
Was there
So-
ever a day where he wouldn't do it?
Oh yeah, he jerked off every day. Every day.
So
It was a
did
thing.
And did it matter if you said please?
And I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Well, they were adults. His dick was huge.
Oh my god.
He was poor little thing with his giant dick. And you're like, oh, if you were a regular, a girl would love you.
Ashley.
I'm like,
Well, it's like, how do you not notice that too? Because you're, you know what I mean? It's in. I'm assuming it's in your vicinity.
yeah, you see it. And you're like,
Yeah. Oh my god, you're funny. So you know how to read a room? Doesn't that help with comedy?
oh yeah. I think working in the kitchen helps with comedy. Like,
You learned how to shit talk.
no, just the hierarchy, how things work, bottom from the top, like how to, like, the better you get is, like, how much work you put into it. You know, like, you're not going to be a good chef if you don't put hard work into it.
Yeah, there's
Same
a
as comedy,
correlation
like,
between that.
That's why I like going up as much as I can, because you're like, I need as much stage time so I can get better.
You do. You get out a lot. And like, I'll be honest, there's times where I'm tired or lazy and I'm like so lucky because I live here in Riverside where the buddy system produces open mics. And I'm
Yeah.
like, they're 15 minutes, 10 minutes away from my house tops. And I won't go because I'm like, fuck, I had a long day at work, or shit, I gotta wake up early. But then I'll see you're there. Like, Ashley drove fucking 45 minutes to get to this mic, and I'm a little bitch for not going. But I don't know.
I love it though. I love driving, so it's okay.
You do?
Yeah, because I used to commute to LA, like
For work? Mm-hmm. Okay, what did you do out in LA? Was that chef?
when I was a chef and stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, we did fine dining, and it was fun.
Do you
Like,
still cook?
at home? Yeah.
Nice.
I hate it though.
Oh,
Well, I don't hate it. It's just like I hate being the one that cooks well. You're like,
Yeah.
let's somebody else do it. Like
do you still like? Cause
Zach was really good at it.
yeah,
Yeah, he had taught him young.
how to,
Like,
the ways around the kitchen.
Oh yeah, he was very good at cooking.
Cooking is it's a love language.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's also especially like, I always say it's a way that I like to express myself to a degree. Cause like, let's say, like my family's having a barbecue or something. I love to put a little bit extra effort into making sure like the dish that I prepare is the dish that like, oh my God, that was so good and there's none left over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I take a lot of pride in having
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the dish
yeah.
that there's nothing left for. And like, man, I wish you made more so I could take some home. Like,
Oh, see, I already know my dish is always the best.
see, but that's such a good feeling, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
you know, people are going to like, oh, Ashley brought something. Like, you know, people are going to just get stoked on it.
You're like, yeah.
Do you-
the ego trip on being in the kitchen is amazing.
Oh, yeah. I believe, I mean, because I've never cooked professionally, but I can only imagine like,
Oh, yeah, and people think you're so sexy. You're like, not really, but okay, I'll take it.
you're all
Like-
just whipping around a spatula. You're like, ooh, what? Twirling your hair with it.
You're like, I'm sweating to death. I'm dying standing next to a 1,500 degree broiler, but
Yeah.
you're like, cool.
What dishes do you like to cook? Like, do you have something that you like love to prepare your favorite meal of your own?
Soup is my favorite food.
Really?
Yeah. Like just every version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Have you
love
heard
soup.
of perpetual stew? I was reading a fucking article about that today.
What is that?
There was like a place in Bangkok, and they have a stew that they've been serving from for the same, like it's from the same base of stew for like 45 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like what they say is like they'll serve the stew throughout the day, and then like whatever's left over, they somehow like remove it, place it back, and then they'll make the same soup the next day with that same base broth.
Oh wow. I
Yeah.
can totally see that how that would work.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that was nasty.
No, like
do it the
okay,
right way.
so just imagine like leftovers.
Yeah.
So then it gets put in the next. You make another batch with it, and then it just slowly fades itself out.
So it's like
into a new
zombie
batch.
soup.
Yeah.
Zombie soup.
I'm like, oh, the reduction in that was probably so good.
You're all thinking about how to do one for yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, I would eat that.
What's your favorite soup to make?
I like pho, ramen.
You can make pho? Mm-hmm. This girl's fucking legit making cuisine. Doesn't that take like 12 hours to prepare?
24.
I did half. That's cool.
So yeah, but that's when I want to put time into cooking.
Yeah. What made you step away from the kitchen and decide to choose education?
It's a life dedication. Like, so it was like 24 hours, 7 days a week, basically.
Yeah.
And Zach was getting to an age to where I couldn't, like, just have him be at the babysitter and stuff. Like, I had a parent. So,
I had to do that thing.
so it was like I had to step away and parent because it consumed my life completely. Like, you just live there, and it's just how life is.
I've heard he used to work at restaurants and stuff like that, and one of his friends, when I remember when your buddy was opening up that new restaurant and you were telling me the effort it goes into creating a menu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Menu writing and even doing a soft opening a restaurant, it's crazy. The probability of it even making it is like 50-50.
Is that anything you'd ever want to do again? Get
Fuck
back into
no.
the
No, kind of, but it's a life dedication.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd rather do comedy.
Yeah, you're like, this skill is mine. It's mine to enjoy. Fuck all of you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna eat my food.
Yeah. I'm like, I can do it now. It's a party trick. It's something I've learned.
You
but-
surprise people with it.
Yeah.
You're having a date. Is that like a flex that you do? You cook for your dude or what?
You're like, here. No, because I don't date. I'm like, I'm not good at it. I'm
No?
not good at peopling. Mm-mm.
People.
Like when I'm at home, I'm like, I like to be alone. Like, I don't know. I'm very much a lone wolf.
Yeah, you're introverted. Would you say you're introverted?
Oh, yeah, I think I might be. Like, I'm like, there's something wrong with me.
No, no wonder I got along so well with my students.
Yeah. And people are like, they're like, you've never dated? And you're like, no, not really. Like, it doesn't occur to me. And like, I had a tendency of being a whore back in the day and choosing bad men. And Zach loved men. So I'm like, I don't want him to get attached to somebody who's an asshole and
Yeah.
have to kick him out of my life. So then I just got used to not having anyone.
Yeah, dating as a parent's a little more complicated like that because you have to think about the
Child
yeah,
and-
their attachment with that person and stuff like that.
And I didn't want to put him through that because I'm like, I don't do people well. So I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I get it.
So
I get it.
one
People
day
are
I'll try-
hard.
one day I'll try.
People are hard because people are generally mean. You know what I mean? It's like very rare that the average person isn't so kind.
No.
Yeah, and I'm a naive person, and I have these like rose-colored goggles on, and I'm always like, oh, this person's doing the best they can. You know what I mean? But so often I've been disappointed, and I'm barely now at 30 starting to learn my lesson on humanity.
I've learned to expect nothing from no one.
Yeah.
And then you see stuff and you're like, oh, cool. You did something.
You're no longer surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that you want to like, or I like to eliminate is like that art of surprise, you know? What is it? So I'm talking about from life, by the way. I don't like being surprised by life. I'm also a person that likes to stay home. I don't go out on the weekend. I don't go out to bars. I got a lot of my drama on Ring. And I was telling Connor, because we both live locally around here in this Riverside area. And I was like, dude, it's Easter Sunday, right? And just right around the corner, there was like cops on Ring. You know how, do you have a Ring doorbell?
We don't. I live in the gated community. Nobody comes to our door.
I live in a gated community. I got the Ring doorbell, but it's cool because you get like updates from the neighborhood. There's people like recording videos and stuff. I don't know what the hell happened, but 3 people got shot. 1 person died like a mile away.
Cool.
And I'm like, damn, is property value going to go down?
You're like, oh no.
Do we live in the hood now?
I hope
You're
it
like,
does.
"We're
Maybe I'll move in.
gangsters."
You're like, I'm going to buy a house around here.
I wonder if it was like a murder or like a gang thing.
Well, I'm hoping that
be
sounds so fucked up. I'm hoping it's just like a family problem. Like,
Right?
It usually is. So.
I'd want it to be a serial. I miss serial
Look,
killers.
Ashley, you don't live here. Can you not put that on my neighborhood? I miss serial killers.
Yeah, I do. There's none anymore.
It's not a thing anymore. There was one up in Stockton for a minute. Some dude was like walking around shooting people, and my friend was doing a residency out there. I was like, girl, you picked the wrong time to be in
Yeah,
Stockton.
there's no
How many
serial
people-
killers anymore. They just do it all at once now.
Yeah. It's just one time, and you're like, where's the fun in that? Like, gross.
You want to be around. You want to be around for the chase, the news articles and shit.
And with school shootings, it's not even the kid that's in the school that's doing the shooting, which I don't is stupid. Like Columbine, at least the kids went there.
You're giving me
Like-
big. She doesn't even go here vibes.
You're like, you don't even go here. Why are you shooting them? Like,
Yeah.
you're silly.
You're silly, you crazy little nut. You're funny. That's definitely a how do you say it? Like, I feel like people just want to create chaos for chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the cool thing about the Ring doorbells. You could find out about all your local chaos. Just
I'm on the Nextdoor app. I like seeing what
That one has some chaos,
what they
too.
post on. They talk about each other.
Where do you have like how do you say it? Like a writing routine? How do you typically get your material?
I just always carry my notebook, and then when ideas pop in my head, I write it down.
Yeah.
And I haven't been writing lately. It's something I'm trying to get back into doing. I used to do it like every day, like it was ritual.
Yeah, you'd sit down and write for X amount of time or about anything, just like free form. Okay.
Anything, just write.
Yep.
So, trying to get back in the habit of that.
That's
so.
a good. I miss that too. I'm gonna raise my hand as guilty because I'm in the same boat right now. I've been having a hard time writing.
I'm like, I have stuff to write about. I want to write about going to jail. I want to write about like kidnapped and all that stuff.
I wanted to ask you about that, so I'm glad you brought it up because I was feeling a little shy about it.
You're like,
Well,
like I said, I'm good at it.
I know it's how do you say it? Like there's people like I don't know if you're like this, like the scene that we're in. Like if I tell you a person's name, there's my head, there's like a bit that goes with it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like when I think of you, I'm like, oh, Ashley Marie. I'm like,
kidnapped.
yeah, and she's getting pretty good at, you know what I mean? Like, so that's the bit that I affiliate you with because I remember just thinking it was so fucking funny. I know you were still working on it at the time when I was hearing you work it out.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it's evolved or how it's evolving now, but it's one of those bits that was just like funny.
I lost the notebook on that, but I'm trying to bring it back. But yeah, I was trying to remember everything that happened, like, because everything that happened was so comical, like, it's crazy how it even started. So Jerry, he drove into traffic and caused an accident. I get stuck in said traffic. My windows are down. I'm smoking a cigarette. The girls at work are like trying to order Starbucks, so I'm typing in my order, and all of a sudden I look over and Jerry has a gun and he's in my car and he's like, drive. And I'm like, okay. And I texted the girls, I think I got kidnapped. Please call 911. And then I drive, and then we stop at the light. A lady comes to me and she's like, do you need help? And I was like, yes, please help me.
How did she know you needed help?
Because they saw him he was trying to get in other people's cars and he got into mine.
Because he knew you.
No, he was just...
You don't know this guy?
No.
You're just referring to him by his first name?
Well, I know now. I know Jerry now because Jerry, yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought you like knew him. You're like, oh, like, so Jerry...
No, Jerry caused traffic and was trying to get in people's cars, and I wasn't paying attention, and he got in my car, and everybody saw that.
Your fucking door was unlocked?
Yeah. No, yeah, he just opened it from the inside. The windows were down.
And you obviously had no idea. You thought you were just sitting in traffic.
Yeah, and I'm just like on my phone, like trying to say, I like
venti
the pink
vanilla
drink.
latte.
Like, I'm like, you guys know the drink I like. You picked it for me, like. And then he's in the car. And then, like...
That's scary.
I don't know. It was weird. Like, I was like... I thought I was going to get in trouble. I'm like, are the police going to get mad at me? Like, am I part of this high-speed chase now? Like,
yeah.
What is going on? Like, and...
You're like, I just don't want to get shot.
Yeah. So I tell him that I worked at a school and I work with special needs. And he's like, I'm special needs. I'm like, oh, of course you are. And then I was like, I need to call the class and let them know that I'm going to be late for work because we're in the car together. And he's like, okay. So I called the school and I'm like, I got kidnapped. Please call 911. I don't know what to do. Good night. And hung up. And they're like, what the fuck? And they're all freaking out. We're driving. He starts calling his girlfriend because he's freaking out because he believes that people are chasing him from the trunk of his car. So he thought he got kidnapped, and then he kidnapped me. So I'm like, okay, there's like 2 kidnappings that day, I guess. So he's running from the people from the trunk of his car. And he's calling his Dana and talk to her.
fucking Dana, stupid ass name too. Just kidding.
And she kept riling him up and getting mad at him. I'm like, can you please stop yelling at Jerry? He's having a bad day right now. Like, I get on the phone with her.
You're worried about Jerry.
Because she was getting all riled up, and then you had the gun, and she'd get mad, and you're like, no, like, calm down, you're gonna be okay. Like, I would talk him down, and then he would think people are following us and try to shoot him, and I'd be like, no, it's the car up there.
Did he actually fire his?
No.
Oh God, thank God.
Yeah, that would have been bad. No, I kept pulling up next to semis, and
Yeah.
I'm like, no, the car's like 2 cars up, and he's like, okay, because he was laid back. But yeah, Dana
Oh, he was that paranoid. People were following him.
Yeah. And then Dana tried to break up with him. I'm like, bitch, read the room. Like, can you not do that right now? Like,
Oh, women supporting women, please. Help me.
I'm like, I don't want to be here. Like, why are you mad at me?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, Miss Dana. And they're getting married now. So yeah.
Are you invited to the wedding?
I know, right? No.
Are you?
No.
Oh.
He's still in jail.
What?
Yeah, we went to trial and all that, and he's in jail for a while.
How do you know they're getting married?
Because he told me. We talked, like, we cried, we hugged, like, it was, like, because I felt bad because he was in a meth-induced psychosis, so, like, he didn't know what he was doing, and he never put me in danger. Like, he thought I was helping him, like, in this situation.
Yeah.
Not knowing that, I'm like, you have a gun and I can't go. Like, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not like you had a choice type of thing.
yeah, so...
Were cops actually chasing you?
No, there was a cop, and I tried to drive weird, and he never noticed me. Like, I'm like, hello.
I tried to get pulled over.
And the first time ever where I was like, please pull me over right now.
The one time you want to get pulled over, of course.
Right? People are
Damn.
like, can you drive? And you're like, yeah, but I can't get pulled over.
Was that the first kidnapping or the second kidnapping?
That was the second one.
That sounds like a scary one.
No, the first one was scary. Cause,
Two?
yeah, I'm good at it. Like, the first one, my friend got shot. He shot her, and he was on meth. And
Was your friend okay?
Yeah, he
That
shot
was
her with
gonna
a
be
hollow
such a
point.
fucked up story if you said no.
No, like it could have been. Like, luckily there was metal plates in my car, and he had a hollow point gun, so the gun exploded in the seat and then went into her, or otherwise she would have been on the windshield. So he shoots her.
She got hit with bullet fragments
Yeah.
instead of an
And-
actual bullet that fragmented.
Yeah. So he was freaking out. We had to drop her off at the hospital, and then he's on doing meth with
While
the
you were
gun.
kidnapped, you dropped your friend off at the hospital?
Yeah. And then I had to drive him around, and he's like waving his gun. He didn't know what to do with me.
Did
Like,
you
he
know
thought-
this guy?
No. Well, kind of. Yeah. That was
Okay.
in my not good friends days.
That's fuck.
He's in jail now for murder. Yeah. He found me on Facebook and asked me to be his friend. I was like, no.
Oh my god. Wait, he found you on Facebook from jail? Mm-hmm. You got Facebook in jail?
They have phones in jail. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, like phones, like real phones that you could have, not phones that like you have to pass like
No, pass phones.
this?
you have to be secretive
Yeah,
about
really
it.
sneaky.
Yeah.
But tons of people. In
How do you
prison
charge a
have
phone
phones.
in prison?
They find ways.
Yeah.
There's an electrical department, and you can steal wires and stuff from.
They're using like potatoes.
No, they could just use like outlets with. They like split the
Wires.
the wires, and then they use it to cook in like buckets and everything. They like boil water with it, all that stuff.
Yeah, jail's not fun. I went to a ghetto jail.
You went to jail.
Yeah. And stupid Texas.
Wait, this last 4 weeks?
No. Like during COVID.
During COVID, would you do go outside without a mask or go outside with a mask, I guess, in Texas?
No.
What do they arrest you for?
I had weed,
Oh, okay.
and they're like,
That's not allowed in Texas,
no.
Ashley.
And they
What a
were-
California thing of you to do.
It's legal now in Texas, right?
It's medically legal and decriminalized in Austin. So,
Oh, in Austin only.
yeah, you can smoke anywhere in Austin. Like, it's cool.
And so, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Ashley, that's crazy. That's scary, Ashley.
I know.
The fact that you could talk about it on stage so lightly after hearing the fucking story, Ashley. You make it sound like it was like fun. Like lighthearted. Like
It's all right.
you guys played patty cake at the end.
The whole time I was just like, "You're gonna be okay, Cherry." Like I was comforting him.
Not a lot of people can say that they've had like a gun pointed at them
Yeah.
in a threatening manner.
Yeah.
So you are good at talking people down.
Yeah. De-escalation is one of my
Is it
things I'm good at.
You should be like those FBI people. Like when
But I can't do drugs. They don't like me.
so I don't want to help the FBI. Fuck those people.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to do mushrooms and I like drugs.
Yeah. Was the
Just
culture very heavy like that in Austin? Was it a very like I don't know how to say it, like because there is a difference between mushrooms and weed, and then people doing fucking like coke and hard
Oh,
shit.
yeah. I saw some yacked out boys.
Crazy people.
Yeah, they're like with their gins and stuff. And you're like, you can tell.
You're
Like-
not sneaky.
Like you should calm down a little bit.
Were those people doing comedy? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were alright.
Were they funny?
Yeah, yeah,
Were they funny on crack?
yeah. You're like, okay, I guess coke works.
What the hell? That's
I'm
insane.
like, I want to do coke, but I'm scared of fentanyl.
Oh yeah. Well, that's running rampant kind of everywhere right now with
Right?
those.
You're
With
like,
the
why'd you ruin drugs? But coke's bad anyways, and meth is tacky. I'm like, I don't get
well,
it.
that's
Yeah,
where
meth is pretty tacky.
Right? Like, you're like, I don't get it. Like, why would people do that?
Have
It's
some
tacky.
class.
stupid.
Do coke.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's funny, but like, I'm not really into drugs like that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm always like, if you gotta buy a fucking testing strip,
Right?
to do your drugs, maybe you shouldn't do your drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or at least go buy the fucking test strip and
Yeah.
be smart about it.
but
the
if you
fact
gotta
you-
buy it,
The fact that you have to test it, you're like, no, thank you.
yeah, it's like
I'll
what were.
stick to my
Why
regulars.
weren't drug dealers trying to kill everybody in the 70s?
Exactly.
What changed? There's your serial killers, Ashley. It's the drug dealers.
Yeah.
They're doing it through meth.
It's the
and coke.
pharmaceutical representatives and it's the drug dealers with fentanyl.
Right?
They killed Mac Miller.
I have fentanyl. I do. I have 2 patches.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but like they're like 2 little Band-Aid patches. My dad had them for cancer, so yeah, I keep them in case I get kidnapped again. And I was like, oh, I can just put them on somebody and make them OD.
Wait, it's that strong?
I don't know. That's
I don't think it can be. I guess the patches can be absorbed through the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Regular fentanyl can't.
Yeah, this one, if like I would have
You
to wear
broke my
special
brain.
gloves to put it on them, because like if I touched
She's all, the
it,
next
like,
time I get kidnapped, I want to use this to get someone high. But, girl, when do you think you're going to have time to put a glove on? When are you getting
we both knocked out.
you just do it.
Like, I feel like that's how we went out killing each other.
I feel like you might be able to get a conceal to carry if you let the government know, like, hey, I'm prone to this thing that keeps happening to me.
Well, Austin, you just carry.
In Austin, yeah, true. You're right.
You just get to have guns. I can't wait to go have all the guns.
Did you see a lot of that out there?
Well, you couldn't bring them into shows and stuff. Like, so, but yeah, people just carry guns. It's awesome.
I don't know why. If I feel like if I saw like a kind of chubby dude with a neck beard with a gun around his waist, I'd be a little nervous.
Why? Then nothing's going to happen. And if something happens, you're like, good, this guy's going to shoot him. Like, thanks. I want to be that person. I want to be really good at guns. I'm pretty good.
You're gonna be a little slinger.
Yeah. I want to get one of those, like, I call them Call of Duty guns. I don't know what they're called, but I nickname them all. They're not the right names, but I'm like, the pink one and that one. I like, give her girly names. They're like, it's not called that. And you're like,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm like, give me your Call of Duty gun. Let me shoot it.
I mean, I use that Call of Duty gun. I don't know. I guess it's like being from California. That's not something we're really fucking used to, right?
Not
And
at
then
all.
And then I'm like, normal people are crazy. Normal looking people are crazy. So if I see a goofy looking dude with one of those, I'm like, fuck, are you crazy? You goofy looking dude?
Well, I would want to see people out here with guns.
What do you mean?
California.
You think California people are crazier?
With the blues.
With the blues.
I don't think I want them with guns.
Well, what's scarier? A psychopath with a firearm or a liberal with a firearm? There's
Psychopath, because they have better aim. Liberal would just shoot everybody but you.
But you, what, they're stormtroopers?
It just was all around. They're
stormtroopers?
All their friends. You're like, oh, made it.
Well, I'm like, with the current Democratic Party, I thought if they shoot a gun, they'd just draw a blank.
Right? Dun, dun, dun.
Was that not? Joe Biden draws blanks.
Oh, because he's old. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
Because, like, he talks and then he's like,
I thought you were talking about he like shoots dust. See, I can't.
no, if I wanted to make a joke about shooting blanks like that, I'd make jokes about Alec fucking Baldwin. Okay. But
I want to shoot blank soon. I got 10 more years.
what's that mean?
Then menopause.
Oh,
See, that's what I thought you were talking about.
I'm like, don't have to worry about that no more.
okay.
That's the best thing about being a lesbian. You don't have to take birth control, nothing.
Nah, yeah, it's not something I think about.
That's awesome.
But then it also has me like so disconnected from other feminist issues because I don't think about them. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm like, I don't care.
yeah, it's very selfish of me.
I'm not a very good feminist. I'm probably anti-feminine.
What do you mean? Do you wish you didn't have the right to vote or own property or stuff like that?
No, we can do all that, but like, if you surround me a bunch of women or men, I'd take sexual harassment any day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think the guys are gonna sexually harass you?
Well, because that's what guys do. Like, I grew up in the kitchen, you know, like, I'd rather take that than fake kind girls. I don't know. I just never got along with girls.
No.
Mm-mm. Even, like, you're my only lady friend in the comedy world.
This is the longest we've ever talked.
Right.
Isn't that funny?
I'm like, I love Melissa.
Me and Chantel, we're always so happy to see you. It's always so pleasant. You're
Yeah.
always so sweet.
But, yeah, I prefer the company of men, but not sexually.
Just platonically, as far as like who you prefer to shoot the shit with and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I get that. I have a pretty evenly split group of friends, but it's funny because our gal pals are very dudeish in their senses of humor and stuff like that. They're classy, beautiful women,
Nice.
but they'll get
masculine. You're like, cool. And you're like, I dig like,
You
I
get
like
what I'm
chicks like
saying,
that,
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like
There's
they're-
a few I like.
Yeah, I think it's fun like that, especially if I don't know. I'm not the biggest girly girl.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
And
I
you
can't
know-
relate.
No, I'm with you on that. And it's like there are certain times I want to be that girly girl, and it's like I always say, I'm like I could count on one hand the amount of times I wear makeup a year.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I'm okay with that.
yeah. See, I never got to wear makeup because working in the kitchen. So like, I hate trying to learn how to do it now in my 40s. And you're like trying to put on eyeliner. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, with all the makeup tutorials and stuff.
God, with the things, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I want the thing from Fifth Element where you just put it on your face and your makeup's done.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't wait for that.
Let's go. I've seen the thing on Amazon right now where it's like nails, and you pick a picture and you put your fingernail in there and it prints it. So it's like the perfect little photos. You could have little unicorns and kitty cats. And Connor, you should get it for your nails.
All right.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's like a fingernail printer. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I think I may have.
It's been on the internet.
Ooh, I'm gonna look that up.
Wh-
Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. If I find it, I'll send it to you. Where can the people find you, Ashley? Tell the folks where they can find you.
Oh, Instagram at Ashley Marie ASH, and then 13 Y Marie 1872. I have like the hardest Instagram
It's all right.
name
We're gonna
ever.
put it on the screen.
Yeah,
for
we'll
you.
put it on the screen for everybody to
Like,
follow you.
It looks like this right here.
And you have your open mics, right?
Yeah, doing the open mic at Craft Brewery, but only until I leave in June, so just a couple more weeks. So
Do you want to try to do your own open mics and stuff out in Austin, or?
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah?
Oh yeah. There's stages. They're everywhere. It's,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's just a map. They're just waiting for people to run them.
Yes.
That's
yes,
cool.
Yes.
When you get more comfortable there, expect a visit from me, Chantel, and the girls.
I know. I'm getting a 3-bedrooms, 1,600.
That's perfect.
I'm like, okay. Like,
Yeah, the rent is completely different out there.
like I can't wait. Like I'm going 2 more months. I'm like, I have to drive through Texas, and I'm like, I can't bring my weed. So I'm like, I'm not driving through Texas with weed again.
I'm gonna say
Like,
that's a good choice.
I'm like,
You learned your lesson.
right? I'm gonna mail it.
Fuck the United States Postal Service. I'm gonna make them mule.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna mail it to my house and be like, I'll be there when I get there. Be like, okay.
That's so funny. You're wild. So, but for real, you're gonna be here for 2 more months. Let them
Yeah.
know you're gonna be at the Craft Brewery Wednesdays open mic.
Yes.
Lake
and
Elsinore?
Lake Elsinore. It's out the outlet mall. So they got good food. Chef Jesse makes a good brisket. So, and tri-tip fries. So
Yum. And you're still gonna have a couple shows out there before you leave.
no, I think I might have one more.
One more,
And then yeah,
and that's gonna be your goodbye show.
yeah, it'll be like my farewell show.
Farewell
So,
SoCal.
yeah.
Do you still have some friends and family that you'd come out and visit here
Oh
every?
yeah, mom's here and my whole family's here.
So we'll be treated with Ashley maybe every now and then.
yeah, but hopefully not.
What the fuck, girl? You don't want to?
I don't want to come back. The goal is to never come back.
You don't want to visit?
No,
What are we chopped brisket?
no. I'm bringing you guys to me. I'm gonna have stages.
Just come to me.
I will have stages ready for you guys.
I don't want to visit my mom.
No.
Come to me.
Yes. I'm like, I am all done with California.
That sentence felt so uncomfortable coming out of my mouth because all I want to do is visit my mom. I'm a big mama's girl.
I am too. So it's gonna be weird, but yeah,
She's gonna go visit you.
yeah.
Is she excited is she happy for you that you're leaving, or is she?
Yeah.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
knows you're chasing your dreams.
She's like, okay, you can do this, and I'm like, it's this or, I don't know.
Back to cooking.
No. I just don't want to work that hard again.
Yeah. No, I get it.
18 hours, you're like, oh. But I do catering sometimes, like concerts and stuff.
Oh, very cool.
So that's fun.
Well, I remember 2 years ago when we had the end of the year roast, you made one of the most beautiful charcuterie boards I had ever seen.
thank you.
It was gorgeous. It had the little honey and all that stuff. It was so pretty.
I
So
know, I like making those, and I hate cheese. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have to have people come over, and I'm like, I can think of cheese creations, but I have to have other people try it for me. Be like, this tastes good together, right? And they're like, yeah, I like
No,
that.
that was
And you're
fine.
like, okay, cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having
This
me.
episode comes out on Tuesday, so it'll be pretty soon.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to tell you guys April 6th, I'm going to be at Your Ale Brewery, and April 13th, I'm going to be at Strum with the Buddy System. So come check it out. The links will be, not the links, but info's on my Instagram.
Ooh, I've been to Strums. That one's cool.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
It's going to be my first time there. I heard there's a
Nice.
cool cat that gives you high fives.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I heard.
It's
Yeah,
a
I
very
heard about
famous
that.
cat. It's got the Instagram and
It's
everything.
got
Yeah.
I get to meet a famous pussy.
It's gonna talk to me.
Hell yeah. I am the pussy whisperer. But thank you guys for tuning in. Ashley, thank you so much for being here. I had such a wonderful time. I'm glad we got to
Just
hang
keep
out.
saying yes. 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 Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
we'll catch you next time. Like, share,
Thank you,
subscribe.
everyone.
Bye.